The old bookstore at the corner of Maple and Fifth had always drawn me in, with its crooked sign and dusty windows. It was a place where time seemed to pause, suspended in the musty scent of forgotten pages and ink. I'd visited countless times as a child, combing through stacks of novels with a thrill only a bibliophile could understand. But this time was different. The owner, Mr. Caldwell, a gaunt man with sunken cheeks and a vague sense of sorrow about him, handed me an unassuming leather-bound book. "You must heed its warnings," he rasped, his voice as dry as the pages. Curiosity consumed me. As I flipped through the book, I realized it wasn't just an ordinary tome. It was filled with folklore annotated by previous owners, an unsettling collection of stories about haunted places long forgotten, each page more disturbing than the last. At first, it was innocent enough, a tale of a ghostly poet who roamed the streets seeking his lost verses. My heart raced with dread as I lost myself within the words, drinking in every detail, each one more chilling than the last. But as I turned the pages, the atmosphere shifted. The ink seemed to shift and crawl under my fingertips. Suddenly, the stories weren't just tales of old. They began to feel like living nightmares, snaking their way into my mind, whispering secrets of dark rituals and cursed fates. Late at night, I could hear the faintest scratch at my window, as if unseen fingers were beckoning me outside. It wasn't long before the warnings became inescapable. An elderly woman drew near me on my walk home one evening, her face a tapestry of terror. "You disturb things that should remain buried," she chanted, her eyes wild. My heart raced, panic clawing at my throat. I hurried home, adrenaline surging, desperate to rid myself of the book. But it was too late. The whispers had tangled themselves around my consciousness, and I was no longer alone. The shadows deepened around me, wrapping tighter with every passing hour. The haunting presence settled in, and I could feel its cold breath on my neck. What started as stories had turned into my reality, and the line between the living and the dead grew perilously thin. I began to dread sleep, knowing that in my dreams the tales would come alive, each chapter more terrifying than the last. Now I realized I was not merely a reader of those dark words. I became part of the story, an unwitting participant in a curse that had no mercy.